Welcome and thank you very much for joining us. We're grateful and thankful to God for creating this opportunity for us to be able to use as vessels to bless people by sharing our thoughts and perspectives on news making headlines around the world. And also here in Ghana, as usual, just as we do on news review segment, our men have their days, and the men have joined us today. And today is a Thursday, and so you're expecting to see Dr. Justice Apia Kubi, who is a development expert, and of course also the Dean for Dominion Theological Seminary, and also the forensic scientist who works with the Ghana Armed Forces and also with the Next Gen Action Chapel International is Pastor Benaradi. We're grateful that both of you can join us. Which paper?
You are telling us a jollof recipe today.
Of course. I have done this.
I'm waiting actually.
I've done this.
I brought my pen, but
I have done this, and I knew this day would come. My mother told me where people will be asking of your special recipe and these special ingredients and all of that. I mean, I knew this day would come.
Start with the Gino part and let's go. So what do you put first? What do you do?
Because you have a beef with me, I want to use beef.
okay. But normally, what do you use?
So first, sorry, you want me to list the ingredients first?
Yeah, no, normally, what do you use apart from beef?
Oh, no, I don't want to give that away.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to give that away. So today, for the purposes of today's jollof, I'm using beef because this got beef with me.
No problem.
It's got beef with me.
No problem.
So beef. I mean, what you do first
Yes.
is to make sure that you prepare your beef.
You steam it well.
And do all
How
of
do
that.
you-
No,
okay,
I
so
can't go. It will be
can't
too
do long,
long.
yeah.
Too
No,
long.
just-
So you add your stuff and all of that. But make sure, because that's where my secret is.
Mm-hmm.
So you keep the broth, the water.
Oh, right.
Out of. Make sure you keep it because that is where I destroy people's taste
That
buds.
looks like your secret is my secret too.
You see.
Use the broth as well.
Yes.
I also use the broth.
Yes, we are
Extra
talking.
one.
We are talking.
No, married,
okay.
married people are
Married people are
talking.
talking.
Okay.
So single man, please. You have been singled out.
One of the major things that you need to look out for is onions, right? Onions, we call something sauteing. Do you know what sauteing is?
This man is not saying anything.
I've done catering from
Go
basic
on with the
school.
jollof. Yeah, go on with the jollof. I don't know why you are.
Fine. It's okay. It's all right. So you first of all, saute the onion in oil,
Right.
until it becomes the kind of, what you want to see. What you want to see.
Golden brown or-
No, it depends on what you want to see, how you want to see.
Okay.
I want to see somewhere. I will not share that with you.
So which industry can be very horrible. Because what you want to see is if it's bad.
No. It will not go black though. It will not go black, but it will become
a burnt offering.
Either it's bent, it's not bent some way. Translucent.
So it's like a burnt offering or peace offering,
not too
something like
bad.
that.
Then you add your Gino tomato mix
Okay.
and mix.
I hear they have a jollof mix as well. Do you know?
Yeah, they have something like
Have
that.
a jollof mix.
Right.
You
So
continue.
then you mix it up. After mixing it up,
It's okay.
What?
Take your screens. Jollof baku. We've used 10 minutes. We've not finished the stew.
But you allow the thing to cook. Allow the thing to cook.
After the
I'm giving the time to allow it to cook as well. And that's a space.
please comment on Koku's jollof. This jollof will finish tomorrow. We'll finish.
Jollof, that it takes time to also finish.
Oh, jollof is one of the simplest and quickest meals.
No, it's not quick. You see, you are not a single. You don't. It is a single jollof you have been preparing. We prepare double jollof.
The day I marry,
Shabu
I'll walk like this. I'll walk like this.
Anyways, guys, welcome to that part of the show where we get to share with you a lot what's happening in the world of news. Single jollof. You now know where he's single jollof. Let's start off with the very first one. Faith-based schools rules don't reach rights. You're accepted by enrolling. Supreme Court Judge nominee Justice Hafizata Amali Boba has asserted that students who voluntarily choose to attend faith-based schools are bound by the institution code of conduct, and such expectations should not be viewed as a violation of rights or an act of compulsion. Well, she appeared before the Parliament's Appointments Committee yesterday to respond to questions, a lot of them, but of course, as part of it, balancing constitutional freedoms, but particularly freedom of religion and all of that. Well, she made it clear that while rights are fundamental, they are not absolute and must be exercised within the boundaries of public interest and the right of others. Rights are not absolute. Every right has a limitation, including being limited by the rights of others and a public interest. Well, I was speaking to one of my guests the other day, and he tells me that his son is in a Catholic school. Some others who are from even other sects of Christianity come and want to exert some, beliefs and religious want to change stuff in how the school practices its, whether you like it, it's stuff in the school. But I mean, he was very intelligent enough to say that even though I'm a charismatic, once I send my child to the Catholic school, the rules are bounding, their practices are bounding. I knew before enrolling, but some people don't take it. They say, look, it's a secular state. So the school is found in the secular state, and so must take the shape of that. I don't know of you, though. I mean, so when you go to his Ahmadiyya, you also have to be giving some special...
The funny thing, though, is that... the level of entitlement we have in this generation is really mind-boggling.
But this is mostly by the parents, not even the children.
Yeah, it is because I was invited to be part of the stakeholder consultation with the constitutional review, chaired by Professor Prempe. And these things came up again, and very strongly, actually, from our Muslim brethren. And normally, some of these things, let's call a spade a spade. It stems from that angle. In fact, the man was talking so much that even that when he went to the UK, and he saw a security woman wearing hijab, or what did they call it?
Hijab,
no, in Ghana they have mayafi. Excuse me. And I was like, so is it okay if I become a soldier or a policeman? Then I wear my clerical, then my jalabia, then with my gun, because I'm with my mitre. I mean, what kind of institution are we building? You see,
what clerical say?
Yeah, why not clerical? Because if we want, you guys want us to allow you to wear jalabia or wear a hijab or mayafi, why the security company has their own uniform?
That the mayafi covers the head. It's not really part of the uniform.
Yeah, so no, the reason why are they using that? Because
to show that they are Muslims.
No, yes, they said they use the word we should allow them to have full expression of their faith. So much so that one of the complaints was that when they are praying, some of the students and teachers will pass in front of them, and it's like they don't regard them and stuff like that. I mean, these are part of the occupational hazard of your faith.
Right.
So what are we really talking about in here? And since the day of John the Baptist up to now, we've not been having these problems. It's just this generation that are so much entitled to everything. Human right, human left, human... That is why causing... Yeah, that's what causing all these problems. If you join a group, you need to know that these are the... Of course, some of us, we came from charismatic homes. And we take our children, two of my children went to Infantipim. Infantipim is Methodist school.
Yeah.
And they learn the hymns.
You have to.
And so sometimes, initially, my son was complaining. Sometimes I will hear him humming. I said,
What are you doing,
what
man?
is it? He's singing some of the hymns, but he cannot really catch the lyrics. You begin to appreciate some of these things.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I have a lot of Muslims friends, it is because of where I grew up, the school I went, and how they were practicing their faith. I
went to
learned something.
Tiamas?
No, I didn't go to. I went to Okes initially before primary college.
Okay.
And Okes, because we have very strong sports school.
Right.
We have a lot. One of my best friends is Ibrahim Tanko, the sports this
Right,
thing.
yeah.
The coach of
yeah.
Ghana Black Satellite.
Satellites, yes.
Yeah, Bantanko. We even go out sometime. Say, oh, Charlie, I'm coming to Kumasi. Say, oh, there's a teaser somewhere. Let's meet. Then we go and eat. I have all pictures and stuff like that. We play football together. Malam Yaya, we play Black Star. We play football together. So why are we bringing this? It's going to bring religious division again. A division which we've never had this problem. And so I really think that if you go to Rome, just do what the Romans do. If you don't want to go to Rome, go to Greece. Yeah, simple as that.
Where Doc sort of ended in the case of his relationship with some Muslims, also these Muslims, is that not where is that not the standpoint of these other people? And I don't want us to even situate this in the issues of Muslims. I'm just saying that that is where they're also coming from, to say that if you allow a space, we can coexist. And so don't make it so strict. Do this, otherwise you are out. But open up a bit.
Because I brought that, let me come in small before you come.
Right.
Please, unity is not uniformity.
True.
Okay.
We should have that thing in mind. Okay. And we do not have to see eye to eyes before we hold hand to hand.
Okay.
You see, that is actually the thing. And again, Ghana is arguably the most peaceful.
Religiously tolerant.
Yeah. I have been in Asia. And there are some places, Koku, the fact that they know you are a Muslim, they will cut your head. I know for a fact. Wow. I've been in a place in Asia that when they came to find out that I am coming around and know that I'm a Christian, 3 bombs were planted. One near my hotel, because they thought that I am American, Christian, whatever that I've been sent. You know people who saved me, it was my same brethren. And some of them, when they come to know that if I teach even Islam in the university.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and sometimes when we talk about some of these things, they appreciate it so much. And it's because they know I'm from Ghana. Right. I was living in one house. People from Saudi, from Bahrain, from Maldives, from Sudan, from Eritrea. We are all living in, and I was the only Christian living with them.
Oh, I see.
And while I'm with them, I never ate any haram. Anything haram. No. They respected me. I supposed to be called kafir.
Hey.
And yet they were calling me brother.
Okay.
We hug each other and all that. Yeah. So what I'm actually saying is that uniformity is not necessarily unity.
Yeah.
It is not the outward expression.
Okay.
It's the love we have for each other. I've been constantly calling myself as Zongo, but in fact, one of them from Saudi Arabia, Aziz said, Justice, you were born with Muslim, you grew up with Muslims, your friends are Muslim, you come to abroad and it's still the same.
Yeah.
I wonder why you are even not a Muslim. So I said, Aziz, isn't that really interesting? That I was born with them, I grew with them, and I wonder why you guys are still not Christians.
Yeah.
You see, I'm trying to let them get both sides. You know, we can't make analysis on one side of the analysis.
That's right.
And they call it paralysis of analysis.
That's right.
I don't understand what exactly the problem is. Specifically because, well, to your question, on a personal level, yes.
Okay.
But on an institutional level, no.
Okay.
I don't think Muslim countries have problems with Christians per se. But in many Muslim countries, in fact, I don't know of any Muslim country where a Christian can do open air preaching. You can't. No, you just can't. It's not because they don't like you. It's not because they don't want you to be there as a Christian. There are churches even. In Dubai, I know there are churches. In Saudi Arabia, I don't know. But in Dubai, I know there are churches.
Saudi, they have. But those, they have.
They have churches in Saudi. So
Normally, what they do is that they allocate specific place.
Days
Yeah.
and days.
And the services are on Fridays.
Okay.
I remember I sent a Ghanaian
Oh.
to Kuwait, and he went there, and he said Sunday he went to say, "Oh, sir, the church that you told me they are not there." Azamaga,
It's Friday.
it's Fridays. It's Fridays because Sunday is not a time for you to
Worship, yes.
Yeah,
Friday
in
is
fact,
the
there are
worship
some
time.
of the Arab countries. Sundays is a working day.
Yeah.
You see, so you cannot go there and insist
That's a
that
Christian.
whether I like it or not, I'm supposed to having a service on Sundays. No, it doesn't work that way. So you just have to
Once
confirm.
Doc said I'm a guy, I knew the man was an ever.
Yeah. Interestingly, most of my children are.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when it comes to this issue of schools accepting, even amongst the Christian, faith, I'm not a proponent of is it ecumenism, where it's like the unity of the faith. I'm not really a proponent of that. The differences are for a reason.
That's right.
It's because we don't agree in certain doctrinal, So, and they are important because what you believe is what determines how you behave. But when you have been able to put up a school like Dominion Christian Academy, you don't come here and try to impose your personal beliefs on a system. It's not done like that. If you're a Christian and you go to TIMAS and you want to go and impose your Christian beliefs on a TIMAS institution, I have a problem with you. Just like the judge rightly said, you knew before you went. It's called T.I. Ahmadiyya Secondary School. What did you think you were going to do there? So if you don't want to practice Islam, go to like Ghana Lebanon Islamic Secondary School, GLACE. You go and say, I'm a Christian now, you should allow me to. No, please, it doesn't work like that. Yes, it doesn't work like that. So if you want to do, there are so many schools that are Christian. There's, I think, there's this Christian university somewhere around the Ofanko Pokwasi area there. So many of them, Dominion, it's a Christian university, right?
Talking about heritage.
Heritage Christian University. There are so many. If you want to go to a school that aligns with your beliefs, go to a school that aligns with your beliefs. Don't go to Holy Child, St. Peter's, and try to go and be a charismatic there. It shouldn't be. If you go, like Doc rightly said, if you go to Rome, do what Romans do. Don't come and be distorting the system. It's a matter of the institution. It's not personal. You may have personal friends who are from other sides of the island, so on and so. That's wonderful. But institutionally speaking, for the sake of law and order, don't come and exert your personal beliefs on it. In the UK, you see that in the UK recently, they've had a lot of problems. Very recently, one school in the UK, which has traditionally held Easter services since it was instituted, last year said, oh no, it was this year, said they will not have the Easter service because of religious tolerance and because it offends certain portions of the school. This is like a very long-standing tradition. Long, and it's been scratched because some people's feelings are hurt. We have to really come off this thing. And the heads of institutions should be stronger. When you want to satisfy everybody, you end up becoming a fool. In the West now, one of the main, some of my peers who are in the West, and don't comment about this one, just move.
Okay.
After I finish saying, don't say anything.
No,
Some of my peers who are in
But
the...
it depends though.
It can't depend. There'll be blood. Some of my peers who are in the US and co, who have children, they say, my fear now is to raise my child here.
Yes.
Because the system here, I was speaking to one of them 2 days ago, he said, I can't raise my son in Paris. I just can't. Because the system there, their moral system, their value system is so off. What she knows to be correct, and it is true, what she knows to be proper morality, it has been sacrificed on a table of, we want to please everybody, And so now we allow all kinds of strange things, sexuality things. Now in California, your child can go through sex change without your consent as a parent.
9 years old.
Yes. I think it's 4 years old.
9.
Without your consent, they can go through sex change. So they go to school as a boy, they come back as a girl.
That's what they did to Elon Musk's son.
Oh, no.
Oh, you didn't know one of the main reasons why Elon Musk actually supported Donald Trump was some of these things. Elon Musk's eldest son, that he's grooming him to take the empire.
Oh.
Went to school
As a boy.
Came back. Hello, Dad. And pissed him off.
And these kinds of things,
Yes.
is because we want to please everybody. We've entertained it to levels where things that we know to be abnormal have now become accepted because personal beliefs are bearing on institutional structures.
I see.
We won't take it.
Absolutely.
Let me add something small.
Finally.
You know, most religious countries normally have what they call proselyte law.
Proselyte law.
That, for example, in Thailand, you cannot share your faith as a Christian, you cannot share your faith to the Buddhists. If they come to find out, you'll be arrested.
Oh.
The same with Laos. You can't do that. I have been preaching one time in Hong Kong. And when I'm almost done, police were there for my arrest. And I'm telling you my own experience, not what I read, not what I heard. You will lose 90% of the anointing right away. When you know that after the Kodaki, you are going there. Nobody cares.
I'll finish preaching. I'll preach.
Then you know what I did?
Preach at home.
I did. I said, my message was done, so nothing I can do. So I said, let's pray.
I'll pray.
I prayed and prayed. I'm just thinking, what's the next
Prayer point.
Then, when I opened my eyes, they were gone.
The police people, they gave up.
And the usher said that I was reported.
Wow.
Oh.
I was reported.
Members of the church or the
Yeah.
community.
Somebody around, I think in the community.
Okay.
But when they came, they realized that I'm not.
Yeah.
So that even the law is there, but it's not even that strict. That is why most churches that we have in China, we have that. So when you hear the word underground church, it's not like it's underground,
Right.
but we are high. So, for example, my church was called Assemblies of the Firstborn Limited because you are registered as like a company.
Yeah.
When they come. Every time we have food and we have cake and stuff like that, immediately you see them, happy birthday to you. Just do something. And sometimes when you are singing, you even have to lip sing. If you know that. Yeah, well, maybe one time I shared with you about missionary stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and that is the rule of engagement there. You don't go hold placards and say, Chobo, yeah, you not go sit down and make them cheaters every day. No, you can't do that because that is not your thing.
Wow. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, you can share your thoughts with us. I'm very interested in that. Flora Nashida says good morning and gives us thumbs up, or if you like, claps for us. We're grateful. You can also share your thoughts with us. We're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube, and so go to My Dominion TV and leave your comments there.
This last one again.
Yes, please do
But
quickly.
do you know some of the mosques in Ghana, including some of the prominent mosques, I've spoken there.
You've spoken there?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a preacher.
Yeah. Share religious tolerance and all this stuff. Some of the serious Muslim sheikhs, people like Arimia now.
Yeah. Anas.
No, Arimia.
Yeah, the
Sheikh
spokesperson
Arimia.
of
Dr. Mazouk, who is the personal assistant to
the chief imam. Yeah.
These are people we discuss, we talk about religious issues. Okay, the Komok president, the coalition of Muslims, this in the whole Ghana. These are people that we are on WhatsApp group and we talk and stuff like that. Ghana, I love
our religious
and I am
tolerance is
just
top-notch.
glad to be. Yeah. They shouldn't push certain things too much because, you know, I was saying to Lawyer Fuamone, who was sitting beside me, I said, these people should be careful what they wait for. Because I would go to Kumasi and set up a serious ministry in Tia Ahmadiyya. I would do that.
Yeah, because that's what you want.
Yeah.
You want to be accepted in a Catholic school, then you have to accept us in Muslim schools.
Exactly.
It goes both ways.
You say you're a charismatic and you went to St. Augustine and you want to just be leading in the name of Jesus.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't go that.
You have to follow a certain rule. Anyways. Well, Claire, I'm sure you've gotten, especially the perspective of our guests. Let's go to the next story, shall we? Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Kujetua Blakwa has explained that recent delays in receiving U.S. visas and passports are due to logistical issues with the United States Postal Service. The minister disclosed this information in Parliament on Wednesday while responding to mounting concerns about the late visa deliveries that have caused distress among applicants in recent times. This is what he had to say in clarifying. While the visa and passport issuance process has significantly improved, the primary challenge remains mainly in delays, largely due to the logistical failures by the United States Postal Service. So I think I saw a woman, there was a video of this particular woman who was complaining bitterly about waiting for 6 weeks or so.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe some of those sorts of funds.
Yes, the USPS, now we cannot see that every so-called established institution also has problems. This logistical failures, if it wasn't reported by the minister, would have doubted it.
That's right.
Would have said, oh, no, they just want to say something to level themselves. And it's everywhere. So he said he's had a discussion with the US people to mitigate these failures, to make sure that it doesn't go too much. Yeah. And he also mentioned that there were some visas that were even issued somewhere in June 5th, thereabouts, which have still not been delivered because they weren't scanned properly. So the logistical failures are quite a bit. And these are some of the reasons people apply for visas. They get them, but the documentation delay. Yeah. It becomes a very big problem for them to get their documents, for them to be able to use it for what they want to use it for. And he, in that same speech, he spoke about the guy who was caught in Washington.
Yes.
And the fact that he was raking in about over $4 million annually. Yes. Because he had set up a Ghana travel consult. Yes. And he had been taking money, and he had made himself the sole courier.
That's right.
Of passport and visa applications in the US. So in Ghana, it's suffering. In the US, it's suffering. This issue that he's brought up or he's raised, very, 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 very good. And as he's taking steps to mitigate it, I'm sure in a few days or weeks we'll see an improvement. And I must say that I'm quite surprised at the level of efficiency of Honorable Ablakwa.
Okay.
When he was appointed foreign minister, I thought, look, that's a very high portfolio. Maybe someone more experienced than he deputizes or something. I was like, I don't know. I had my doubts. But so far, hey, look,
okay,
I think he's killing it. Okay. He's very vigilant.
Doc might disagree with you though. In fact, but you finished.
Where I would disagree is that the closure of just right from the beginning, I knew he was going to do a great job.
Oh,
the son
right.
of man. No, back in Presec, he was very, very religious guy.
Oh, I see.
So during this thing that he was fighting. His close buddy, Dr. the one at Leokuku before.
Yes,
Okoboy.
Okoboy actually with Randy Abbey explained to people that people don't think that he's a demon possessed. Back in secondary school, he was so religious that they call him the son of man.
Son of man is born in Ejumao.
I know.
Yesterday when he gave the breakdown of the Washington machine and how they uncovered the thing, they put everything on hold, I was like, oh, come on.
Okay.
He knows, and the property, he's bringing up issues we didn't even know we had. Like the Ghana Consulate and Ghana High Commission and Ghana Embassy properties that we have. I think it was, again, in his time that we saw someone was trying to sell our embassy property in Nigeria, and so on and so forth. He's letting us know that being a foreign minister is not just about diplomatic relations. It's a whole lot of things. You are managing plenty things at the same time. And, this also, it encourages me and it helps me to know that the next generation we are not hopeless like that.
Thank you.
We are not hopeless. There are young people who can actually hold big posts and deliver. He and then what's the name of the Sam George, is it?
Yes.
Sam George also, he took a lot of backlash in the beginning because it looked like he wasn't doing anything.
That's right.
And when he struck like 4 things at a go. Yeah. It's nice to see.
That's right.
And I have hope that my generation too, we have something small to offer. Yeah.
The next gen.
Tomorrow when I'm coming like this now, my shoulder don't pay me. That's how it is.
So one for Okudzeto Blakwa, day one I knew he's going to do well.
Okay.
Because I see him as somebody who is very conscientious,
Yes.
very detail-oriented
Yes.
kind of person.
Yes.
And normally people like that, they do very well when it comes to administrative stuff. Yeah, so I knew he's going to do well. And if this country needs to applaud somebody, actually it's a late president called
Atamils.
Atamils, when he brought up, and that actually brought some also this to the MPP. No, they are also bringing the miracles.
Right,
Asensu Boakye. For example, I know a person like Asensu Boakye. This is a guy. By the way, he went to TI Media.
Oh,
And he's a very strong Methodist.
imagine.
So this is a person I have not seen Asensu putting his hand on something
And not doing it.
and that doing it well.
That's
Seriously.
That's actually true.
When they were in power, he will say, just let's meet this time. What time? 8 something or so. No. Let's say do it 10. Okay, 10. 10, you'll be there around 11, 12, he's coming. And you can see he's coming from office. That's most of the time he has closed. Yeah, and we see, so, but this thing started with Atamils when he brought
The young crop.
the young generation.
Yeah.
And they were giddy and all that. But when they started settling down,
Yes.
then you can see that, Ghana, we have hope.
Yeah.
If they will not be corrupted as days go by.
See, Sami Jemfi is the one who showed the first action.
Yeah.
That's right.
With the gold board and everything, and how effectively the thing is run.
Yeah.
And it's always cited as one of the reasons the city is doing well.
Yeah.
And so you see that it's not all talk. The guy knows what he's about. He knows what he's doing. And we really should make sure we produce more of such. You know, people like Okudzeto Blakwa, Samije. We need to produce more of such.
Buddy.
You know. Thank you.
And the jollof.
Time check is 8:03 a.m. We'll take a break at this point. When we come back, we'll still talk about issues of Kumasi with the Akejetia markets. You get to tell us. It's been a while. I can't remember the last time I went to Kumasi, though. Quite a number of stories are also on the front burner. We'll discuss all of that. And the court also dismissing quite a number of other cases as well. But we'll return shortly. My guests are still here. Stay with us.
I want to welcome you to Wake Up Africa Morning Show. If Africa has ever needed to wake up, it's now. I promise you that this Wake Up Africa Morning Show will impact your life. It will illuminate you. The Bible said that thy word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. You need this insight. You need the understanding required to make all the difference in all of our lives. I want you not just to tune in to the Wake Up Africa Morning Show, but I want you to be a sponsor. I want you to partner with us as we take this Wake Up Africa Morning Show, the inspiration it brings, the impact across all Africa, to homes, to individuals, impacting lives. Join us to make a difference. It is said and believed that in this life, what you do to change the life of others matters than what you acquire for yourself. It is believed that it's not what you have, what you possess that matters, but the difference you made in the life of others. I believe as you partner with Wake Up Africa Morning Show, you'll be joining us to make a difference in the life of so many people out there. Partner with us, and every time we touch a life, you are blessed. Every time we impact a family, you'll be remembered for good. God bless you. Looking forward to partnering with you and tuning in to Wake Up Africa Morning Show.
Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you very much for staying with us. Remember to share your thoughts and comments with us via social media streams, live streams on Facebook and on YouTube as well. My Dominion TV. Drop your comments there. I'll share with the world. My guests are still here, Dr. Pia Kubi and, of course, Pastor Buddy. They are here with us. What do we do first? Government has suspended NSA's portal for posting personnel over ghost name scandal. The Ministry of Youth and Youth Development Empowerment has ordered an immediate suspension of the central management system at the National Service Authority, following concerns over the integrity of the digital postings platform for national service personnel. According to a statement released on Wednesday, June 17th, it is said that they said that the Office of the President directed the suspension of the CMS indefinitely to permit a thorough technical and forensic review. The ministry assured the public that alternative measures are being implemented to maintain transparent and uninterrupted service for all national service personnel during the audit.
This picture there is wild.
Yeah. Right. So this decision comes amid ongoing investigations into NSA's ghost names scandal, an alarming case where tens of thousands of non-existent or fraudulent names were placed on the National Service Bureau. I think it's called in the right direction, right, Doc?
Let me start.
Oh, okay, great.
Well,
right.
If they hadn't taken the decision, I would rather have been surprised.
Okay.
Because this is a system that has cost us millions. 500 million Ghana cedis is
Right.
it's not small money. And this is the system that we're using that allowed ghost names to be included. And, I just saw the picture and I realized Nanabi is part. Nanabi is part of the NSS.
Yes.
Wow. But in all of these things, his name has barely come up.
Nabi has been there for
For
a long
the
time.
longest.
But the name we normally hear is Esibe and Owari.
Because they were the frontliners.
No, Nanabi was director.
Oh,
If Nanabi was here,
Director or deputy, which one?
if Nanabi was there, he would be director because Nanabi there,
but his
Nanabi is
name
a
has
top
been
dog.
there.
yeah, but I don't think that he was that top as you.
I see. Well, so I mean, this system which has allowed that particular crime to go on, I don't think we should be allowing it to pass. It should be audited, very properly audited. And so the call is the best call. But now the alternative is what I'm wary of, because the people are finished. They are waiting for their posting, and now we are now discussing alternatives. I think that the alternative should have been made available. Then the thing would have been suspended, or it should have been done simultaneously, because then it's going to create chaos, a backlog. And many times when these things happen, it's innocent applicants who suffer. People who are done with school and are looking for an opportunity or waiting for the opportunity to serve their country that suffer. And so I don't know. One of the things that I think we can do is when the NSS does the posting, the data that, I think they already do it. The data that is collected should come from the places where the people have been posted to.
Okay.
But I think it's already done because the NSA is decentralized. So you go to I don't know if you did that in your time. When you do your national service,
I didn't do
every
national
month,
service because I went to college.
Oh, right. So when you do your national service, you have to go to every month. You have to go and submit your log sheets to the district office,
right,
and then that's what they used to see if you met the minimum attendance, then they can pay you and so on. If that is so, I'm really wondering how they still got away with the payment of those monies. And
It's a system.
Yeah,
It's a central system.
you have to produce a logbook or a log sheet to prove that you actually came to work.
Yes.
So if those logbooks, obviously, if these are fictitious names and they didn't have any logs,
Yes.
how were they still able to, or a human being actually did the entry?
Yes.
If a human being did the entry, then it means that the IT team, I don't know how they're going to do this.
Which is, of course, what they're doing, is because people are at the back end
And they are
inputting
exactly
doing a lot of other jobs.
So if if this is what that is about, then I mean, absolutely fantastic. I think this is long overdue.
Yeah.
And as they are doing the audit, whoever is complicit in this, especially those IT guys, the US guy, I've forgotten his name, the Washington DC embassy guy. He was employed. Kwartin. He was employed as an IT guy. And he, using his IT expertise, did what he did. Siphoning the country's money, over $4 million a year. So the IT guys, there are certain job descriptions and certain appointments that we make without really thinking. I always say that there are 3 jobs that if you want to assassinate someone, there are 3 people you can easily do it through: driver, cook, bodyguard. But many times these are the ones that we don't really book. They have if you want to eliminate someone, the driver can easily do it for you because they are driving them all the time. They know how to do it. They can arrange with somebody who will be passing here, the routing, they will put the routing information out. Then it's like they are accosted, you were caught, and then you were killed in the attack, and easily. If it's a cook, must I even go on? They can just poison you. If it's your bodyguard, Laurent Kabila, how was he killed? Bodyguard. His bodyguard shot him. Sankara too. He was his best friend. Yes, and when we employ people who we think are going to do non-critical things, so are performing non-critical roles, so we don't subject them to as much scrutiny as if you are applying as, let's say, a manager or some portfolio that we think is very high profile. The scrutiny you are subjected to: where did you go? How did you do this? Where have you come from? How many years of experience? But these people, those technical, non-critical roles like IT is critical, but it is treated as non-critical because the background checks are not very extensive. And so you have people who will come, they'll be managing your IT systems for you, and they'll be allowing such inputs. They don't have strong character. They'll be allowing such things to be done, back-end transactions, and leaking and bleeding the country of so much money. And so if this audit is being done for the NSA portal, and not just the NSA portal, I think there are a lot of ghost names that are in many portals, financial portals in the country. The Financial Intelligence Center, the National Investigations Bureau, National Security, and all the stakeholders. I think we should perform an extensive audit of all the portals that have a bearing on our financial statements in this country. Let's make sure that we have cleared all the ghost names, or at least most of them, so that we can save some money for the future generation.
I see.
Yeah. So I like very much what Pastor Badi is saying, especially suspending the whole thing.
Yes.
Would help so much, because my problem has always been the fact that we do certain things in this country, we talk about it, but nothing happens.
Right.
But when they started really making sure, that is why I like some of this new generation. And we're talking about Kwarteng guy.
Yeah.
I am not sure though that 4-point-something
Per year.
was it because of the charges from the people, or is actually he took it from the embassy?
So what he did was he redesigned the website such that the monies were routed into an account that he controlled. So let's say...
But he was giving the nations what due the nation.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
So for example, if the thing is $600, $200, he charges $500. Give $200 as
there were separate charges for separate things. So for instance, courier service, he was monopolizing a courier service. Nobody did courier
I
apart
know
from
firsthand, because I know somebody, a friend of my family coming from the US, a Filipina, that she kept on complaining why our system in the US is like that. It's
so divided.
That anytime he cannot deal with a distance, he have to deal with a third party.
Exactly.
She was complaining seriously.
That third party was him.
Yeah.
And it was almost official. So all the courier service money was going to him. All the application money was going to him. All the assistance money was going to him. You need assistance to fill your this and that. All of that money was also going to him. Then the official ones were going to the government. And he was raking in 1 million annually on just courier alone. If you add all the other ones, it's over $4 million dollars.
Yeah, and they're saying that about 64,000 people get visas
and passport processes
related,
every year, annually. Every day they do about between 200 to 300 every day. On average, 250 passports and visas are processed every single day. So you can imagine how much he was making on them.
Obviously, cannot also be said that he's the only one that will be complicit in that, because from what the other thoughts from the other workers who had worked there previously, the bosses knew about him.
He was queried.
Yeah.
He was queried.
They knew it.
And again, they said he was, Honorable Ablakwa said he was putting the money in an unofficial welfare account, which was known by the company, known by the mission. And they were using it for unofficial mission, I don't know, assignments or needs or whatever. And so they knew exactly what he was doing. They knew what he was, how he was mismanaging the funds and all of that. But they didn't say anything until it's become so bad now that.
Okay, so coming back to this one, I really think that they should hold on. They should do investigation. They should remove all the ghost names, so that actually. And even I wanted to connect it that when you talk about ghost names, it's not, I don't believe it's just only in NSO.
At all.
It is almost all government institutions. We need really a serious technology that automatically cut. And it's also because of the way we handle our death and birth stuff in Ghana. You see, when somebody would die, for how long, and people don't know that, I'm talking about the system, the government won't know. But those who are there know, they will still be getting the thing and enjoying it. Sometimes
there are systems. We don't even have to go. There's what we call the validation system. So for instance, if you work in the education sector or you are a nurse, if you have not come to the office for months, you are not going to be validated. Report will be sent. When you do it continuously, once they see that the report has come continuously, they will have to take your name off.
Yeah.
So then why are they still been keeping names?
So the people at the back,
exactly,
they will keep it there. And so the money comes, so that it goes back to the chest, goes back to the chest of very bad people.
Yeah.
So that is, so there are systems here, but the people, so
human beings.
the human beings, they are the ones who corrupt the same system. You could go, look, you know how much we used to buy softwares in this country?
Millions of dollars, maybe.
Honorable Ablakwa said yesterday that they even give a contract out for all the some of the Ghanaian missions.
Yes.
The website should be standardized.
Yes.
Software things, paying a lot of money.
Huge monies. Even that one is an issue you can discuss for 2 hours non-stop. That's another one. So you build that system only for people to bypass it because somebody who managed it knows how to manage it and then siphon our money. So these are people, your classmates, whether they were serious in class, whether they were not serious in class, these are people who find themselves and they just want to milk because of what they are seeing. What is happening in town right now? FBI is in town.
Right.
They've gotten some court orders to extradite people out of the country.
Yeah.
Why? Because you find people driving cars. What business is this young man doing? His father is a very poor person or relatively rich, but cannot buy this car. Fleet of them. And the question I've asked is, the rich people outside this country, is this how they buy these cars? The people they defraud all the time, they scam. They don't even buy these cars. But these young people, and we have watched it. Fraud boys get standing ovation at meetings.
True.
Scammers get standing ovation, very special treatment in churches, and a lot of that. And we know what they do. Go to Twitter today, X today. You find them trolling people.
Yeah.
They knew these guys.
Right.
Wow.
We're scamming. Everybody, we all know. But they get, when they come, the people are bowing to them, young people are bowing to them.
Because of money.
Because of money. We have to stop these things. Wow. And it's a mindset change.
Yeah.
It's a mindset change. It's not a systemic anything. We have software that can even catch ghosts. Ghosts, I'm telling you. Ghosts are flying.
Even from Audome.
Don't do that. Let's do the final Ghanaian story, and then we could touch base with one African story.
Okay.
Yes. Court dismisses Oforiatta's bid to block OSP from declaring him wanted. The Human Rights Court has thrown out an application filed by former Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta, who sought to bar the Office of Special Prosecutor from issuing a wanted notice. Oforiatta can.
Wait. His problems with the wanted notice.
Yeah, that was.
Does he know the case against him?
Currently under multiple investigations by the OSP and the other state agencies for alleged misconduct during his tenure, had asked the court to restrain the OSP from publicly declaring him wanted. His legal team argued that such an action would infringe his right and prejudice ongoing proceedings. Yeah, right. So the Human Rights Court has dismissed that application. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Pastor Badi was talking about does he really know the bigger picture? I think that he knows the bigger picture. That is why he's using this small one to hold onto it so that the bigger picture doesn't show up. Yes, because what is going on, if people are even been advising him, I heard that he should do his very possible best not to come to Ghana because he's going to be embarrassed and all that. Because one way or the other, it's also showing us that indeed the man is feeling guilty. That is what he's doing. That and I'm not saying he's guilty. It's the way he's doing the thing. Okay, that shows that the fact that I think we talked about it last Tuesday, that he went to Mayo Clinic, did a surgery and all that. And as I was saying that when my late wife's issue came, we were also actually going to Mayo Clinic. And we knew how expensive the whole thing is, especially his kind of surgery he did. I mean, thank God for his life. He has money from the family, from the country. So he could be able to...
What are all these?
Give some small prices. Yeah, and so... but for us to stop him, what do you call this? Remove the band. Oh no! He should. He should. And I'm glad for.
Now this case was after the first one.
Yes.
Yeah. So they just.
I don't get the motive of this suit, so that they take you off the wanted. So that what will happen?
Yeah. So that he can relax and not come. So that he just like what's his name? What do you call this one? General Mosquito was saying that when it comes to surgeries, there are so many surgeries. He can be doing. You watch that video. There's one I cannot say it on TV.
He's a very different kind of person. You know, see, Mr. Foyata says he has nothing to hide. He should come. Let's settle this thing, because this one, we are not going to leave it. It's we, the citizens, we won't understand. He was the finance minister. His own party members, about 90 of them, rose up and said they should change him at some point. We didn't really get it. You know, it even looked weird. How are your own party members wanting you out so bad? Only for you to leave. And when we discover that this person has been awarded a contract, we don't know. Up to today, SML, we don't know what they do.
We know. I read it out.
We don't know.
No, we knew.
They themselves don't know. How do you know?
No.
They themselves, they say they don't know.
On their website, I read it.
We had to ask them verbally. They start speaking English.
No, they wrote it on the website.
And now these people are enjoying money. And we are like, how? Why? We don't want neither the roasting or the boiling.
That's right.
Just come.
And let's deal with it.
Let's talk about it. Mr. Foyata, please, we beg you. Just come and it's a friendly chat we want to have. Just nothing serious.
Right. We have some 6 minutes to go. Nigerian health worker, jailed in UK for kissing patient. A Nigerian health worker, Adewale Kudabo, accused of sexual assault.
Why this story?
Well, no, we could do other stories.
No, let's do that. Don't mind.
Has been jailed for 12 months. According to the press.
Jailed for how long?
York Press, 12 months.
1 year?
Yeah.
For one kiss?
On Wednesday, Kudabo was working as a health worker at York Hospital.
How long
when
was
the
the
sexual assault offenses happened, as stated by prosecutor Henry Fernandez. Judge Alex Menari said Kudabo had abused the trust placed in him as a medical professional. The York and Scarborough Teaching Hospital NHS Foundation Trust, which runs York Hospital, said it offered its sincere apologies to the victim, adding that Kudabo had left his job at the hospital soon after the offenses. Yes.
Wow.
So the victim, despite being in considerable pain, was able to move. Okay. So this was how it happened.
Was it a consent?
Mr. Fernandez said Kudabo 47 was allocated to bathe a patient who was in a lot of pain. He said the offenses did not relate to the bathing, but what happened afterwards. When finished bathing the patient, Mr. Fernandez said could have leant down and kissed her on the lips. The victim, despite being in considerable pain, was able to move away slightly, but could not avoid the kiss.
Oh, so it was almost a rape.
Said she was left in a state of confusion and left uncomfortable by the incident. He added.
That's very serious.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think the 12 months is not good.
Then it's not enough. The 12 months.
The 12 months is not enough.
So it's not just a kiss. This is actually sexual harassment.
That's right.
So it wasn't a consented thing.
That's right.
This actually is giving me a little bit pain for a certain memory.
Right.
There was a medical doctor here in Accra that when my late wife was alive, we go to her clinic and all that.
Peace and love.
She,
Is it peace and love?
okay, yeah, you know the guy.
Right.
He calls, he sings very well. He's a very church guy. He's in the ministry and everything. He calls me father. I advise him and everything. He started sexually harassing my wife. I get my wife's phone. I started talking with him. I arranged in a hotel. He thought it was my late wife, only to find me there.
Wow, this guy's face would have been so nice.
And yet, he pleaded whatever. I prayed for him. I talked to him.
You're a Christian, sir.
That's why he said, he put in on his Facebook page, people didn't understand, that for Dr. Pierre Kubi, he think that he is Jesus Christ. I counseled him. His wife came to me. I told them that they should reconcile their issue. Some other thing came. Then, some of my church members were going. Then only to find out that one of them, in the hospital, the consultation room, she had had sex with her without the person's knowledge.
Oh, no.
Without the person's consent.
Was the person sedated or something?
He has mentioned a certain issue that, there's a pelvis has something, and
right,
before that
right.
thing happened,
Epidural,
there must
yeah.
be this thing,
Yes, yeah.
and he uses his manhood to do that. And at that time,
Medical doctor.
they were trying to take the church leadership were trying to let him be arrested. I pleaded with them. The church didn't know that my late wife and myself were victim to this thing. Because if they knew it, was like because they thought that maybe I'm close to him, that's why. And now finally, Manasseh Azuri did that.
Yes. Right. And he was implicated.
Yes, because for justice, no, I won't put you to prison. But I know for sure it's just a matter of time.
I think Doc is a Christian.
Yeah, he is. Because you can only imagine the number of things you would do.
Oh, but after that, I was even bringing him to my house. We cook and we eat. Yeah, I just let go because he had confessed that she has a problem or whatever.
So you thought he needed help?
I thought he needed help.
He needed jail. Jail is what he needed.
Yeah, and I was really sad for his wife, and he has only one daughter.
Oh.
And I have seen that these medical doctors and nurses and taking advantage of sick people.
Some of them.
Yeah, let me put it, some of them, please, thank you. Just mind-boggling. How in the world could they do that?
A sick person.
My brain cannot I can't think far.
Anyways, we have a minute to go though. But he deserved it.
Now that you, like when you read the story,
That's right.
and you gave the details of the elderly woman.
Yes, I wanted to give context for us to understand. Yeah.
Right. I mean, at the beginning it was so funny.
Yeah.
You
I
kiss
was
somebody,
saying,
get 1 year. Hey. But
1 year
the
kiss.
circumstances under which this thing happened. And the story said he tried to do it again. After he did the first one, he asked whether she wanted another bed bath, and he tried to do it again. Look, Jesus was speaking in Mark 7, and he said, the things that defile a man are not what goes inside, it's what comes out. And he says, out of the heart proceeds fornications. It's an internal problem. We have to be very careful. This generation is quite sex-crazed. And when I say generation, I don't mean like my age group.
That's right.
I mean like the people living in this era.
That's right.
the sex is what controls most of the things we do.
right.
You find people marrying for sex, people getting jobs for sex everywhere. And you see, this is one fruit of it. Somebody who is working how do you even get aroused by elderly people who are sick? You are sick. Something is wrong with you.
He has the urge to merge. Because you have the unction to function.
It doesn't make any sense. It does. So this one, I don't think it's even. It's not sad. It's not scary. It's annoying.
That's right.
This man,
Seriously.
the 12 years, I think they've dashed it.
I see.
Yes.
Initially, I thought it was a racist thing, but
Yeah,
I
no, no.
realized.
Anyways, that has been it. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Very distinguished guests of ours, as always.
You couldn't do the jollof. I just want to remind you.
Oh, I did. I did.
Don't mind him, you did.
Yeah, I did. It's on fire. It's like I
I'm smelling it actually. The aroma is awesome.
Oh, you
on
smell
fire.
it?
Is that when we get up? That's what
You
we
see.
Only my people can smell it. It's only my people that can smell this jollof.
Anyway, Dr.
Wait.
Justice Apia Kubi is a development expert, of course. Pastor Buddy is a forensic scientist. Coming up, we talk to the doctor. Ask the doctor. Make sure you reserve those your issues and speak to the doctor when we open the phone lines. And later on as well, we'll talk about governance and faith. Stay with us.